Alright, mga pare ko, sorry. Sorry for the interruption. As I was saying, when building a proper koi pond, mga pare ko, you have to consider, number one, the space. Look at this. You have to consider the space. And, of course, the proper team to build your koi pond is the most important thing when building a proper koi pond. As I was saying a while ago, the most cheapest way to build a koi pond is to build it right. Okay? Not build it once, build it right. If you can build it once, but it's wrong, it is still wrong. Okay? So, and there's a lot of people inquiring about building a koi pond because this is my budget. Oh, the blah, 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 blah. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest to say, mga pare ko, when you have when you have a project, all right, I think the best way to tell you the budget is the one who will do the project. That's how it is, mga pare ko. It's good to have a budget in mind, but again, for me, I'm just again being honest. When you're building a proper koi pond, you cannot dictate the price. You cannot. We have built hundreds of koi pond, mga pare ko, and it's usually becoming more expensive than the usual budget. Why? All right. Because there are foreseen things that you want to add up. Like when building, say like, I don't want to have the shower because it's like that and like that and like that. When you're building it, when you're building a koi pond, and you will realize that, oh, I want to add the shower. I want to add like this. I want to change my motor into the proper one. This is the motor. This is part of the system, the pipings and everything. So it is really hard to stick on the budget, especially mga pare ko, when we are maximizing the koi pond that we're gonna build. All right, so like this will be only a show tank. All right, but you could see all these metals and everything, pipes, and there's a lot of extra things going on because when you are designing and constructing it, and you see some other things that you want to add up and everything, and there's a lot of option in a koi pond. There's a lot of things to add on. The Ultima, the brand of the air pumps and everything, the motor, the science, mga pare ko, the friends in koi, the science of building a koi pond there's a lot of things. So when we are doing a koi pond, we're doing a lot of interviews with the owner. So because we wanted to know what they really like or what they really want to achieve in koi keeping, mga pare ko, because this will be like in your house. Okay, this will be in your house as long as you want it. Some people becoming frustrated with the hobby. They just gonna dig and fill it up again because they said it's really hard to maintain, it's really hard to keep koi and everything. But the thing is not really hard because the one they have done in their koi pond is wrong. So that is why it's hard. When it's like inventing, it's like having a car with a triangle or with a square tire, mga pare ko, di ba? Or an oblong, elliptical, or in an elliptical tire, all right? So it's really hard to run a car, or you design a truck and you put a 1.8 engine. So it's something like that it has to come all together. It has to be one, like the filtration system, the pipings, the pond, the equipments and everything, the maintenance, mga pare ko, the fish itself. So but again, there's a lot of sorry to say, I'm just gonna be honest, okay? There's a lot of people that will build a cheaper koi pond, okay? Just say like, it's only a cement, hollow blocks, and everything. It's not that. It's not that. It's like we're building a home. We're building a home for kois, all right? We're not building a house for koi. We are building an environment. We're building their forever home, mga pare koi, okay? So as we were always saying in our Facebook Live, we always say like to make your koi alive is very easy. This is the easiest way. The koi is very sturdy, okay? But to make them alive and beautiful, there's another story. So that is what we wanted when we are building koi pond. We want to make them alive and beautiful. All right. So that is why we in our team of kois and ponds, we have our subcon or king as our or partner. Not partner, but subcon when building a koi pond, because he's an engineer, and he have also done a lot of projects together with us, and many koi ponds that we have done, mga pare koi. So it's like what do you call that? I mean, we trusted King in terms of durability of koi pond and everything, and of course King trusted us when designing the system of the koi pond. So that is why, and again, I want to put emphasis. I want to emphasize, mga pare koi or friends in koi, when building a koi pond, build it once, okay? Don't just repeat and repeat, or don't make a practice, mga pare koi. Don't make a practice. It will be a very, very expensive one. Well, some people say, how much is the budget for a koi pond? In reality, I don't know. I don't know how big is your space. And they said, I want a smaller koi pond that I would keep like 5 koi, 7 koi. And we have heard that story 30 years, 25 years ago. I want a smaller koi pond, I want this, I want that. But in the end, they're ending up having 2 more koi ponds or bigger koi pond. They're gonna break it and build a new one, build a bigger one. So that is why we recommend, again, it's always up to you, mga pare koi. It's always up to you, friends in koi. What do you want to do in your koi pond or future koi pond, mga pare koi? So you want a smaller one, which will become a bigger one in the future when you are not satisfied having the smaller one. And again, we have seen this story for many times, mga pare koi. All right, so and I've seen, we have built not built, but we've designed the filtration system of the Prime Minister of Cambodia. So mga pare koi, and again, there's a collaboration with their architect and with our filtration design. So we also done that. So we have done a lot of koi ponds in the Philippines. In fact, hundreds of koi ponds in the Philippines. So I mean, there's one client of mine was asking me why your quotation is more expensive than the other contractor. Number one, I assure you, I told him, my answer was, number one, I will assure you that you're better, or your pond will have a lesser mistake than the few hundreds that I've done in the past. All right? So sa madaling salita, sabi ko sa kanya, yung koi pond mo magiging much better or lesser mistake doon sa ilang daan na ginawa naming koi pond. Because it's always like that, mga pare ko. You will realize one mistake, or not mistake, mga pare ko. You will realize a better option when you're building one to another, to another, to another, to another. So, again, it's always the experience. It's like the story of the one mechanic, the one yacht mechanic. And there's a lot of bigger companies pitch that like they're gonna solve the problem. There's an old guy who've done thousands of yacht, and he just hammer one part of the machine, and the yacht starts and become okay. And he charged an ample amount of money. And you know, the owners was asking, you just done or you just hammered 1 point in the machine and you're charging me this. So it's, you know, it's what he mentioned in the discussion is not the force of not the force you use to fix things. It is where you hammer to fix the problem, right? So it's always like that in a koi pond. It's where you're gonna put the pipes, how much filtration system you're gonna need, how big is the motor, how big is the chambers that you're gonna use, how big is the proper one for a koi pond. Some people will build deeper koi pond and everything, so it become useless. It become useless to a certain point because there's a certain depth that you can grow your koi. So, but again, people would think that I have a deeper koi pond, which is better for my koi. I have a bigger koi pond, which is better for my koi. It's not always the case, mga pare ko. It's not always the case. All right? And I would mention Commissioner Noel Garlan that he grew his koi in a very small koi pond, mga pare ko, and he breaks all this misconception that you can grow koi when you have a bigger koi pond. No. You can grow koi when you keep them alive, number one. Right? When you keep your koi alive, you have the potential to grow them. So when they are not sick, when they are not when they are not stressed, they will grow. When they are healthy, they will grow. Mga pare ko. So again, most of that will fall into management, filtration design, aesthetic. Okay, there's two things, mga pare ko. We have clients that, not clients, but we have a lot of inquiries that they are focusing more on aesthetic because they wanted the pond decorating their house. What we specialize in is the koi pond, mga pare ko. We are not more on aesthetic, but we are more into function. But we are not saying that not on aesthetic. Of course, we could do aesthetic, but the main function is to make a proper koi pond. Okay, we will sacrifice the looks as long as we have a proper filtration system, as long as we have a proper koi pond. Looks can come after or later you've done the koi pond. That's the thing, mga pare ko. And a lot of people was asking me, is it okay to build a pondarium? Again, it always depends sa owner. Depends on the owner. If you want a pandarium, do it. I have done pandarium. Yes, I have designed some koi pond with pandarium, with glass view. Mga pare ko. Do I like it? Personally, no. I'm not a fan of glass viewer or viewing glass, mga pare ko, in a koi pond. Why? I have reasons. You will know it when you ask me for a design. Well, when I'm going to design your koi pond. And if I have time to design your koi pond. Alright, so there are scientifically explanation why I'm not a fan of the viewing glass. You will know it later. Alright, so again, mga pare ko, I know there's a lot of people who look into this video and will look for tips when building a koi pond. Again, be ready. Be ready for the expense, mga pare ko. The cheapest way to build a koi pond, build it right. But if you really, really want to save money, don't keep koi. Don't build a koi pond. Teach your neighbor to keep koi pond, and you bring your coffee every morning in their koi pond, so you spend zero. Alright? Because when you keep or when you're building a koi pond, a proper one, mga pare ko. I'm talking about proper koi pond. I'm not talking about any other things. So you could just have cement and everything and fill it up with water. It's cheap. But we are not building a cheap koi pond. We are building a proper one. We are building a right environment for the koi. Alright? And then I think this is the cheapest way to build a koi pond is to build it properly. Alright, so if you have questions, question it here, or maybe there's a question. Shem Mayonila, plano ko po mag-build ng 20 tons. Wala pong problema sa floor space. Ano pong ideal pond depth? See? That's the question. Ano ideal pond depth? What is the ideal pond depth? It's not the depth of the pond, mga pare ko eh. It's not the depth of the pond. Never the depth of the pond. You see, we are building only 90 centimeter koi pond. I have done like 1.2, 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meters koi pond. It's not the depth, mga pare ko. It's never the depth of a koi pond. It's the system of the koi pond. You know, it's like people oversee the car, like, oh, you have a beautiful mags and everything, leather seats, but they forgot to see what's in the engine. The most important thing in the car is the engine, mga pare ko. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. All right? So that is why we keep on saying. I have this a lot of questions. Oh, I'm building a koi pond. What is the proper weed? Proper? It's not that. It's not that. Not that. No. Not that, mga pare ko. Always the proper filtration system. All right? I'm gonna show you one last thing, or one last look with the newly built koi pond here. Again, this is a show tank, mga pare ko. This is not a house pond, so it will look different. All right, this will be the pull-out chambers. This is called positive mounting. Okay, for those who doesn't know what is positive mounting, this is positive mounting. It means the water level for your external pump is higher than the pump intake. All right, and then this will be the Tomigai shower. Very good. When you have a koi pond already, you can add this Tomigai shower in your system. These are the chambers. I will not go through there. All right. So this is how we built the koi pond. Okay, and people might ask, what is the proper position of the bottom drain? Again, it's not that. Okay, but there is a proper position for the bottom drain, proper position for the skimmer, and there's science behind that. All right. So again, enjoy koi keeping, mga pare ko. Don't be frustrated. When you're doing things, do it right. So that is the easiest and the cheapest way, mga pare ko, especially when you are also collecting koi. Buy the one that you like. All right? And learn, study before you do anything else, mga pare ko. All right? God bless to all of you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe my YouTube channel, so I will try, mga pare ko, to upload more videos or do more lives here at YouTube, mga pare ko. But as you can see, we are quite busy with the construction, and we have new koi just arrived for our Tomigai 200,000 Grow Challenge, where we're gonna showcase Tani, Gonjiro, and Oya Sanke, and Tani Kujaku. Alright, so if you have a free time, please visit us here at Kois and Ponds Farm, Las Piñas. You can Waze or Google us, so you can find us. Alright, God bless po sa lahat. Kita-kits tayo, mga pare ko, ito the next video.